I was so pleasantly surprised to learn that I get to give REI Co-op for their Swiftland Hydration Vest 5 out of 5 fist pumps. Yes, because based on I used my review criteria, and the truth is their hydration vest came out on top for all the reasons that I want a hydration to come on top: comfortability, size, look, durability. It has a water reservoir, and in some instances, it has a flask. So, yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised, but I'm happy that finally I have found the hydration vest that I could give 5 out of 5 fist pumps. I just thought it would never happen. So for all of you, those of you in bigger bodies, know that there is an option that may really work for you. Now, the only shortcoming, which is not really a shortcoming, but we live in the world that we live in, is that it only goes up to size 3X. But other than that, I really love the fact that there's multiple adjustment points so that you can make it snug and fit to your body. So, in the words of Law, REI Co-op, when it comes to the hydration vest for the bigger body, you did what needed to be done. I ain't mad at you, REI. I love my Swiftland vest. Yes, I do. They fit. And I'm going to say this about REI. I'm not mad at you. Okay, you've taught me a lot about innovation and design around a vest for a bigger body. You can tell that they actually tested with actual bigger body runners. And I got mad appreciation and mad love for that. What I love is that they have so many adjustability points. Now, what I will say is, while I love them and they work, they do use webbing on the front and webbing on the side, and they're thin. And again, y'all know I'm not really crazy about that. But because of the way the vest is made, there's not a lot of webbing having to go across my chest. It's like maybe an inch or two. So that's cool. But when it has to be like 4 or 5 inches across, then that's really like troublesome. But because it's made bigger and more designed for a bigger body, I don't have to deal with so much of that vest across the chest. So it doesn't become it's not a really big issue. I will say what happens on the side, I don't love that. Again, because, I have fat rolls and flesh, and sometimes, and they have the nerve to do it zigzag. So there's two pieces of webbing going across the side of my little fat side belly. And so it wasn't super, again, it wasn't a big issue for me. Because again, like for me, there was only like maybe an inch or two space in between. So there wasn't a lot. It didn't have to go across a large area. So therefore it wasn't as cumbersome. It wasn't as problem. But when I put it over a coat, or over some layers that I had, I ended up having to maybe make it bigger. And then that's when I just felt like the whole snug fit went away. And I was like, oh my God. And that's when the whole snug fit went away, and I didn't really know what to do. And I was like, oh my God. But for the most part, it really fit, and it's really great. I will say it's made out of recycled nylon. They have limited colors, but out of all the brands, they're between $100 and $120. So they're keeping it accessible to all types of people, right? Because really, when you start going above $100, $150, then that becomes something that somebody will purchase because they really thought it through and they did a lot of research, and then they decided to buy it from you. So I will say this. The only negative thing I have to say about this REI Swiftland hydration vest, which is kind of not a negative, but just an opinion really, is that I felt like I bought the men's and the women's version, and I felt like they weren't very different at all. So I'm not sure what you're saying you're doing different as it relates to the design around the women's versus the men. A little suspect on that, because they didn't, I ended up buying a couple on sale to deconstruct and to see really what was the difference. And I didn't find any difference. So, I could be wrong. Maybe you could tell me. But I could tell there really wasn't much different. But still, as it relates, when it comes to my ratings, when it comes to size and fit and durability and price, I was pleasantly surprised that I got to give REI 5 out of 5 Fist pumps. I'm not mad at you, REI. Like I said before, you did what needed to be done in this space. And I appreciate you doing the research necessary to design something that can actually work on the bigger body. Um, and yes, I'm doing this review. And yes, I do have some relationships with REI. But like I said before, I don't want to be the only bigger body hydration pack or vest maker. And that I want competitors and I want them to keep me on my toes so that I continue to innovate and I continue to make better products as well. And I want to keep them on their toes so they continue to innovate and make better products as well. And so that's the nature of the business. And then if you're not up for the competition, then you don't need to be doing this. So, anyways, as I said, they go up to 3x. So, yes, Aria, you did it. You did the damn thing. Proud of you. Five. I don't give fives. I just gave a 5. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hearing my opinions. For those of you that are using, particularly this one, give me some feedback. Tell me what you love, what you don't love. Oh, I forgot to say that I have the over the shoulder adjustment. Not mad at you, REI. Yes, you're clever. Yes, you are. Anyways, be sure to leave some comments below. I would love to hear from y'all. I want to have a conversation about this. Take good care of yourself. Thank you for your time and energy today. Yes. And as always, I'll see y'all outdoors, okay? Peace and love.